everybody, what is up? It is Blynn. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, how are you doing? Finally, I am back after what, like almost a week, back on the YouTubes with another little drama video for you. Honestly, there just hasn't really been much kind of drama stuff going on that I actually wanted to talk about this week. Of course, we've still had like the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp case going on, which to me that's not really like drama, you know, that's not really like light-hearted YouTuber drama. There's been a little bit with Trisha Paytas as well, but again, that wasn't like light-hearted YouTuber drama because it was Trisha making a school shooting about themselves, which I think is fucking terrible. So there hasn't really been too much that I've actually wanted to jump in on or get involved in this week, but there is a little bit with James Charles and Jeffree Star, so I'm back now to do that. Of course, these are people I talk about over here on my channel, so if you're not new here, then you'll already know that. So, let's dive into it. James Charles. Now, James Charles celebrated his 23rd birthday the other day. And what did James decide to do but go on his social media and post photos of himself tucking and sexual photos, sexual TikToks, all this stuff that he really got called out for. Now, of course, James Charles, because of all the scandals that he's been in, I've said it multiple times ago, I am like pretty much tired of saying the same old thing about James Charles now. Everybody has, you know, said their piece about James Charles and the underage people and everything like that, you know, all of that that's gone on with James Charles. But James Charles, for his birthday, decided to post pictures jiggling his BBL for the camera and TikToks jiggling his BBL, and then also post pictures of him tucking on his IG stories. Now, okay, yeah, it's kind of funny, but also it's kind of inappropriate and it's kind of cringe because James has a lot of young followers, of course. James is 23, of course, but his followers are like 14, 15 and younger. You know, a lot of the people who follow James Charles on Instagram and on YouTube, they're a lot younger than James is. So to be doing this kind of stuff for your teenage audience, people were calling him out, saying it was cringe, saying it was embarrassing, and saying that it was just downright kind of inappropriate. Like, because it is. I mean, let's get real. You know, James Charles tucking on his IG stories, is that something that you really want to wake up and see on your Instagram? No, of course it isn't, you know. Especially when James has got a lot of kid followers as well. It's like, you know that you do makeup videos and TikTok hacks and things on YouTube, and who follows that? Teenagers, you know. Teenagers follow TikTok, and James Charles is uploading TikToks, jiggling his BBL like he thinks he's Cardi B, and he's too white for those moves anyway, in my opinion. He is really white when he dances, and he was jiggling his butt like he was trying to be Cardi B or something, and I was like, you're no Megan Thee Stallion, you're no Cardi B, please put that the fuck away. You know, we don't need any more scandals with James Charles being like inappropriate or overly sexual. And while we're on the topic of James as well, we might as well talk about the silly kind of beauty guru tea that goes along with this whole James Charles thing. Because guess who sent James Charles flowers for his birthday? Oh, only Manny MUA, of course. Of course he did. Manny MUA, once again, publicly showing his support of James Charles. At this point, I really don't know how anybody can still support Manny MUA and his brand, Luna Beauty. How can you still support Manny when he's blatantly and publicly supporting James Charles? I'm really like lost on this one. I'm like, you know, they're both sharing it. The fact that Manny sent James birthday flowers, James said thank you on his Instagram. Oh, then Manny goes and shares that, James saying thank you on his Instagram. So they're definitely like advertising the fact that they support each other. And after everything that James has done, allegedly, it's like, you know, I can't be good with Manny. I can't support Manny because of James Charles. And I really don't understand how anyone can look at Manny and think, oh wow, yeah, he's supporting James Charles, he must be a real decent person, and continue to support Manny and all he does on YouTube and all he does, you know, with the Full Coverage podcast. I actually watched that this morning because I was curious about it, because they were going to be talking about some beauty drama. So I watched it, and no word of a lie, most of it was about the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case, which, yes, I understand it's important, but also I'm like, this is people's lives, you know. And there's Manny and Laura acting like a drama channel. And I was like, okay, We know that both of those two in the past have said, you know, nasty things about certain drama channels like Dustin Daily, you know, Rich Lux, Nick Snyder, Viewer's Voice. You know, they've all had their opinions on drama channels in the past. So it's really kind of interesting to me now that Manny and Laura want to talk about stuff that drama channels talk about. They want to talk about celebrity gossip. They want to talk about all this, you know, hard stuff that's going on, this toxic relationship with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. They want to talk about all of that. Oh, and they were besties with Sam here for the tea and everything like that. But, you know, oh, certain drama channels, oh, no, you're scum. You know, see it for what it is. It really makes me feel kind of sick at this point with James Charles. It's cringy, it's embarrassing, and I just really wish that he wouldn't do it. But, you know, no one can tell James Charles, because he's James Charles with millions of followers. It's his platform and he's going to do exactly what he likes. But this was at the time when the school shooting was going on in Texas, and James really thought it was appropriate to put out pictures and TikToks of him and his bum and tucking and all of that while all of that was going on. The news of that was breaking. As that was breaking, as that was all coming out, James Charles thought it was appropriate to show everybody his privates, his tucking. Like, girl, come on. Nobody asked for that. Nobody was thinking about James Charles' butt. At the time the whole school shooting in Texas news broke, nobody, I can promise you, was thinking about James Charles' butt. But oh, here he is. He had to try and draw attention to himself, make it about himself, much like Trisha Paytas did, because Trisha, of course, uploaded a video straight away talking about how she wasn't going to put her child in public school after the news of this school shooting in Texas, which is a tragedy. You know, elementary school kids, it is a tragedy. And Trisha Paytas was, boom, straight on it, uploading a video. Oh, I'm not going to send my kid to public school, being privileged, making the whole situation about herself. It was really disappointing, because you want to hope that people are better than that. You want to hope that people have got more common sense than that. Not to use a situation like a tragedy, like a school shooting, where you had James Charles posting his BBL bum pics, then you had Trisha uploading a video. I'm not going to send my kids to public school. It was like, you're a mess. You are a damn mess. You know, really, because what's going on in the world? And then you've got influencers just trying to, A, make the situation about them, and B, just being inappropriate on platforms where they've got loads of teenage followers and stuff. I was like, oh my God, what is the internet these days? What is it? Honestly, the internet is really in its flop era, if you ask me. Really, really is in its flop era. And then, of course, who else was in drama besides James Charles? It was Jeffree Star. Now, Jeffree Star, of course, he's got this whole Star Yak Ranch where he's been raising yaks. And recently on IG, he's been talking about selling yak meat. Now, I've said before that I don't really care too much about the whole yak meat situation. But, like, honestly, I am a meat eater. You know, I'm not a vegetarian. I'd say, like, I'm a meat reducer, because I only eat meat like a couple of times a week, if that. But, you know, I do eat meat. So, for me, if I was in a place like that and you put a plate with yak meat and potatoes and stuff down in front of me, like, I'd try it. I'd give it a go, you know, no harm. I would actually try it. So, what has happened with Jeffree is, of course, because it's Jeffree Star, he can't do anything without people making something out of it. Because it's Jeffree Star selling yak meat, people have gone into one on Instagram. Oh, but I thought you weren't going to kill your yaks. I thought those yaks were your pets. This is so cruel, yada, yada, yada. How can you have a vegan makeup brand but be selling yak meat? Yada, yada, yada. People are going off on Instagram and on Twitter about Jeffree Star selling yak meat. People are really going off about it. They're really kicking up a stink. And they're like, oh, well, you know, he's cruel, he's evil anyway, we expected this from him. People are really kicking up a stink. But the thing is, that trademark for Jeffree Star to do butchering has been up under Star Yak Ranch for a whole entire year. So I'm sitting here like, what did you think was going to happen? Did you think he was going to have a ranch and not make it a business somehow? At the end of the day, Jeffree Star is a businessman. And he's a smart businessman, in my opinion. He's a businessman, and he's decided to, you know, make this butchering and yak meat and yak jerky, all part of his journey, all part of his new chapter at Star Yak Ranch. You know, it seems to me very much like Jeffree is done with the beauty world. I mean, I think he'll release a few more products, like he said he's coming out with eyebrow products. I think he'll release a few more skincare products, but I do feel like he's pretty much done with the beauty world. He did upload a video recently where he was reviewing Valentino makeup and Louboutin makeup, and the views on it were quite low, so people were like, is Jeffree falling off? You know, of course, with everything that happened in 2020 with Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson, I do feel like they did lose some fans. But, you know, there are people like me who are still fans of Jeffree Star, still fans of Shane Dawson. And at the end of the day, Jeffree Star has now started this new venture where he's got this ranch. He's now starting this meat business, selling yak meat. So at the end of the day, Jeffree Star is making coin, and he doesn't need YouTube, and he doesn't need to upload makeup videos all the time to be, you know, sustaining a living. He's got the ranch, he's got what he's doing over there. He just released the whole banana fetish collection as well. This one, which I'm actually wearing on my face, you know. So I think Jeffree can actually quite happily, like, not release makeup products for a little while because of everything else that he's got going on. He's got the pet toy business, he's got the skincare, he's got the makeup that he's already released that is on his website, and then he's got this yak meat business too. So it's like Jeffree 10 businesses, you know. And then of course apparently Jeffree's also got money in property as well, so Jeffree probably doesn't even need YouTube, you know. So people want to act surprised that Jeffree is selling this yak meat, they want to act outraged, but really, like, it's a farm. Star Yak Ranch is like a working farm. They've got yaks there in a separate pasture to where the yaks that they name are. So the yaks that they name, Jeffree's come out and said himself, the yaks that they name, they're not gonna, you know, be butchering those ones. Those ones are pets, but they've got a separate pasture which have yaks for yak meat. So, you know, people want to be outraged. Oh, he's killing his pets, he's killing his pets. And Jeffree actually did clap back to a couple of people on IG that were saying that. He did say, oh no, you're making that narrative up in your head, you know. And I'm not surprised, you know, I'm really not surprised. But me, well, you know, I'm over here in the UK. I don't have nothing to do with the ranch, but, you know, I'm over here in the UK and I'm going to show you my shoes. A load of these babies, look at them. They are my gold fringed cowboy boots. Woo, I'm ranch ready. Yeah, I nearly fell off the chair then, I know. I was like, nearly fell off. Grandma nearly fell over, but I didn't. Saved it. So yeah, this is my look today anyway. Of course I did use the Jeffree Star Banana Fetish palette, and I've actually used a brown liner instead of black today as well. Jeffree has me using brown. Now I never really use brown, but of course this palette's got lots of browns in it, so I'm learning to make friends with brown eyeshadow in my own little way. Yeah, I'm learning to make friends with it, and also brown eyeliner. So this really isn't like what I would normally do, but you know, it's kind of just a cut crease really with like some extra like wingy bits on. But yeah, I love this palette. I do genuinely love the palette. I really think it screams like summer. Today, of course, I've gone for my country bumpkin look with my cowboy boots and my country croc hair. You know, it is very country. Very, very country, being as we were talking about Jeffree Star and his yak meat and his ranch. So I'm gonna stop this video. Love you guys so much. I'm gonna say take care, stay safe, stay well. Thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.